Alright YouTube, I'm back with another video. I told you I was going to take apart this engine and kind of show you a little bit about what's going on with, burning a few gallons of O'Donnell speed blend and just doing some regular clutch maintenance, stuff like that. We had them other parts that I got in the mail, but this is about 2 gallons. Look, if you adjust your crankshaft just right, you don't get you don't get the crankshaft in the connecting rod getting into the back of the plate. Okay, you can avoid it by just shimming it, pulling the crank up against the back bearing. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's like mint. So, and I didn't clean anything. I just took this stuff apart. Matter of fact, I haven't even looked at it yet. I just kind of pulled it out of there. Oh. What are these camera tricks? It's definitely, because you know what? I never clear the crankcase out of fuel when I shut it off. I just kind of, so you can see it's getting kind of gummed up. But not bad. I can clean that off. Some of it's rust as well because, again, I don't freaking clear the crankcase out. I just like shut it off with my finger on the flywheel and that's it. But you can see in there, see in the front of it here, it's a little bit rusty. I gotta start to do this the right way, clear this crankcase out. My other ones didn't get like this, but I tell you what I did do. I filled it up with a tank full of fuel, then I never ran it. So it had a tank full of fuel sitting in it for like a week. I had to go out of town for work. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad. I can't really get great shots. I don't have great light in here, but it looks like it's wearing just fine. This has a little bit of corrosion though, damn. I was expecting to see a little bit because I did that, but you can see it looks real nice on the pin. Nice and shiny, no score marks at all. But do not leave fuel in your engine, guys. This is what you'll get. But I'm going to clean all that up. Dang it. I suck at camera, guys. Sorry. So there's that. And then we got this. A bit sticky. It's got to be cleaned up. I took it apart because I knew it was going to be a little bit gummed up and stuff, and I don't want that. I mean, everything's nice and oily. See, the crankshaft on the big end doesn't have no marks from wearing up against that. This is the side right here that's going to show any kind of wear, and there isn't any. Everything's got a nice, it's kind of sticky though. Lots of castor oil in this stuff. Look at that. Look how clean it is, though. Very little deposit. I mean, little. There isn't any. Okay, let's just get that straight. Look at the exhaust side is real clean. This is about 2, maybe 2.5 gallons. Nice and it's a little bit sticky. It's sticking a little bit, but that's okay. It's tight. Pretty good. If it was warm, it wouldn't be so sticky. Got the AC cranking today. It's been hot. Look at that, clean as a whistle. It's the first time I've ever taken this engine apart. I remember when I first got it, I had it apart, but I never took the connecting rod off the crank pin because it was so tight. And it was still even tight getting it off there. I had to like really reef on it. But Let me see if I can't. There's no score marks or anything. Nice and shiny and polished. I'm trying to like pat my head and rub my belly with this flashlight and fucking phone. Anyway, the exhaust side is where you really see a lot of wear, and that's going to be facing right there. And you can see it, there's just a little ring at the top, castor oil built up. But I mean, overall, dialed. So looking good, looking really good. Everything is just oily as frig. So I know people are saying, oh, there's not enough oil in this stuff. Whatever, man. It seems to be working just fine for me. So let me see if I can. You can see that. I mean, there's plenty of oil in there. It's not, you know, people, they want like it's not a crankcase like a 4-cycle where you got a freaking oil pump. Okay, it's not gonna fill up with oil. So, you know, whatever, you know, there's a little bit of oil in there, so that's pretty much all you need. Try not to shine the light on there so you can't see. It's too shiny. But I mean, there's plenty of oil in there. Okay, it's not like there's not enough fucking oil. This glare is like too much for this freaking phone. Is that better? It's kind of better. Anyway, like I said, I'm no cameraman, but I mean, at least you can get a few shots in there, kind of see what's going on. It's plenty oily. Everything's just coated with oil. Now another thing you'll see too is these bearings got a little bit of a corrosion on them as well. The ones that were facing towards the crankcase. And you see that. That's what happens when you leave oil or fuel in your crankcase, guys. You get corrosion. I mean, you see it all over my crank. That's not good. And you want to avoid that. But I mean, the bearing spins fine. It's not notchy. Feels real nice. So, you know me, I'm just putting this thing back together. But yeah, I mean, no like, you know, the piston isn't scored up. This thing's dialed, man. This thing's perfect. So that's that. And then this is the Dynamite Max Life shoes. I mean, they're not hardly even worn out, and I know for sure I got 2 or 3 gallons on those guys. So these are good for 5 gallons, I would assume. They're not completely worn out. They look great. They look fantastic. I mean, the only thing I could probably do is get a new clutch bell, because I've had that clutch bell for like, I don't know, man. That thing's got like 10 gallons on it at least. I just never change them. I don't see the point in it. But it's kind of getting a little bit roached out. You see it's getting a little groove worn in it. I got so much fuel on this thing. And the clutch bell bearings are good as well. And I know for a fact I got about at least 5 gallons on those. So as long as you oil them, I mean, with a syringe, little 10W40 on there, motor oil. So there you have it, guys. I mean, just a quick little video. I wanted to show you some stuff we were getting into. And there it is. Alright, guys. Have a good one. Later.